Hello, I'm Steve Mason and welcome to the podcast for the Burbs, and I'm pressing play right now. It's Jerry Goldsmith's music. Right, so it's got the restoration by Arrow Films at the start of this, so I'm watching the Arrow version. I'm watching the Steelbook actually. It's my first podcast of the new year, so Happy New Year. Wow, this is really on for a long time. Okay, another restoration. James White on behalf of Arrow's Films, approved by Joe Dante. Very thanks to Joe Dante. Okay. And now Arrow Films Universal and Deluxe Restoration. They've done an amazing job with this restoration. And this is where the podcast should start. Okay. This is one of the best intros to a movie ever. It's Universal. Old school, and I just love, it shows you how big the world is. You know, it's a classic Universal logo, and then just the graphics go away. And you know, it just sort of comes up and pans down into suburbia, and it's right bang in the middle of America, even though the street is in California. But look at that, man, coming right down there, right down. You think you're there, you're there. It's like a matte paint, but it's very cleverly did for the time. You think you're there, you think you're there, you think you're there, you think you're there, and it's bloody hell. It's great how it comes into the miniature work and like what they did with Beetlejuice and stuff. Someone on the Outpost group was on about it. We should have started at the Antarctica. That would have been really good, you know, spin around Universal and come up on the North Pole and come right into this camp. So yeah, Tom Hanks, The Burbs. The credits are all off as well, you know, different kind of funky style going on there. As see The Burbs there with a twist. You know, Tom Hanks is Morio's specific. If you can hear a cat meow, that's Milo. Hang on, Milo's at my door. Great. How then? Get off my seat. You can sit on that seat over there. Come on. Hello, sorry, Milo, my cat has just appeared. Sit in the seat. Come on. As Carrie's Fisher names comes across the screen. I've been to this street. They were filming Desperate Housewives. Milo, that's the camera. Come on. You're not called Klopek. The cat's called Klopek and Gremlins. Did you know that? Come on, sit in the seat. You can't sit on me when I'm sitting on this chair. You cannot sit on me. I'm sorry, but you can't. So, I remember seeing this film very early on. It's a very iconic cover. I have the movie poster. And Tom Hanks is standing there with his frying spatula and his horse pipe as the cat now wants out. Goodbye. Goodbye, Klopek. Right, okay, sorry about this. We're going to start the podcast. First shot of Bruce Dern. Phone's going off. And we're about to see the rumblings of the Klopeks. Okay, so I've loved this film. A lot of people are a big fan of Tom Hanks for Big. I was always a Money Pit fan when I was a kid. And then I seen this and I just loved this film. I wish Tom Hanks would do a little bit more kind of offbeat comedies. But this was before he became a breakout star, and I think this film really capitalised on it because Big was a phenomenal hit, and obviously this film came out after. I think they even held it back a little bit, capitalisation. But what I love about this, not only is it almost shot in all order, it's all shot in one street in one location. It's a fully controlled studio film on the back lots of Universal Studios, which is part of the backlot tours and stuff like that. And obviously used for the Monsters, Desperate Housewives, and probably a million other films, you know. But the Klopek's house, it's almost like the Addams Family movie. So yeah, Joe Dante, obviously Gremlins, Explorers, just an absolute mastermind and genius when it comes to filmmaking. And this is probably one of his best. I know it's very quotable. I know like people like Wayne on YouTube were talking because this morning I released Brit got us the Burbs score by Jerry Goldsmith. Double vinyl today, blue with Queenie's head and that. I love it. It's weird because it's also got the Gremlins tune on it, you know. It's really like upbeat and all that kind of spookiness kind of stuff. I am sitting in front of where Killian Gore's book as well. There's Queenie there. Walter. I have a stein of Old Mount cider in my hand because it's just going 11 o'clock and I'm going to be sitting here for a while. I love this bit on the soundtrack. We'll just with the remix with the dog in there as well, as we get to meet the rest of the street. And the reason why I've decided to do it's freezing cold up. The reason why I've decided to do the Burbs is Queenie. Watched it the other night. I think it was after the Buskers night. Was it after the Buskers night? Might have been the night before. It was a late night ending, maybe. And I decided to watch the work print. Now Arrow's done an amazing job of this, and you get the work print, which is Joe Dante's original outline of the movie. And there's even a mini little comparison. Here comes Corey Fallon. Little mini comparison between what's different between the work print and that. Even though work print was never mastered, so it's, you know, they've been given the best abilities. I watched that. I then watched the commentary 2 nights, so I'm going to be full of useless information coming on here. Bruce Dern makes his appearance. Of his wife. His wife as well. Obviously, famously, is the voice of Family, American Dad. Obviously, popped up in Batteries Not Included. I seen the other day. This telly is on one bar. One bar. A directional microphone, so hopefully I won't get any copyright claim. Proper ensemble cast for the time as well. Tom Hanks, breakout star. Corey Feldman was always established as well by this point, and this is his last big studio film. Not including the Turtles, but you know, reunited with Joe Dante from the Gremlins. But obviously a bit of a tearaway on set. If you go on IMDb, there's even stories of Michael Jackson and Bubbles in his trailer. I think, what the fuck? But yeah. But yeah, he's painting. I think he's painting the Monsters house. But yeah. I spent most of my teenage life growing up with my mum's. It was cul-de-sacs where it's stuck there, but like we lived right at the bottom of like a 2-way cul-de-sac, and that's not a definition of a cul-de-sac. But yeah, you meet some strange people in the streets. Bruce Dern doesn't seem to age. Seen him in there's Queenie there kicking off. But yeah, I want to try and remember the comparisons of that dog. It's the same dog from Silence of the Lambs as well. Get ready to spot the Gremlins cameo. I think they would have a cupboard there. Gremlins cameo is when he goes into the kitchen. There's Gremlin cereal. You see little Gizmo right there. Little Easter egg for you. So if you watch the work print, at the very end of the work print, it's established that his wife knows what's happened. He is basically having a vacation at home, but what the flip side of the story is, as he's lost his job and he doesn't know how to tell his wife, the writer, who does an amazing commentary on the Arrow collection, and sits down and reminisces, especially one of Arrow's reps as well, on about how it was meant to be a TV pilot or a TV show, and it was stretched out into a feature length. It was really called Rear Perception. It's basically a remake of Rear Window, which is an amazing movie. One of Hitchcock's best, I think. But yeah, it's pretty much a remake of Rear Window. Weird Rear Window. So we've got Carrie Fisher, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks as well, it was rumoured that he didn't want to be a dad in this because he felt he was quite young, and obviously the kid is quite aging in this. What's the kid? 8, 9-year-old, 10. So, yeah, that's a kid in it. Tom Hanks never reunited with Joe Dante, as far as I know. Excuse me. Yeah, it does look good, but I'm sitting really close to the editing screen, which is a high definition telly, and you can see a bit of grey on Carrie Fisher's head right now. Vince the dog. And Rick Dukeman makes his first appearance, who also gets his nose bit off in Gremlins 2 by Daffy. Apart from that, I think I've seen him in, I think he's in Pauly Shore is Dead, and I think that's all I've ever seen him in. I'm sure he's passed away now as well. Stand-up comedian, Canadian, got a lot of A lot of comparison with John Candy. So he's about to, he's killing the boredom as well. I'm about to kill the crow. I'm about to shoot an owl's head off. Whoosh. Art's got a gun. Felix the cat is on the telly in the background. Comes in, clears the plate. Imagine that, man. Don't do breakfast. If you wanted breakfast and you can be bothered, you can stand in the Greg's queue. Yeah, Joe Donald was always great at framing stuff. I mean, look at that, the gun's in the background. Where's the gun gone? It's there. Next to the massive vacuum cleaner. Felix the cat. Is that Felix the cat? So yeah. I love The Burbs, as I say, with Money Pit. And when I rediscovered Money Pit, I found Money Pit, it's quite a dark film with a downfall of a relationship, you know. But obviously the house falls a bit in spectacular fashions, but a lot of people prefer Big. I would say Burbs every time. Just a great ensemble cast. I mean, Tom Hanks is leading it, and rightly so for the time. He needs his name on that, and you get the film from Tom Hanks. But then the support cast is absolutely flawless, even down to Dick Miller and the other Joe Dante guy from the Garbage Bin Men. Neighbours from Hell. I've had a few incidents with my neighbours. Weirdly enough, the two people, one neighbour down, one neighbour up. Why'd you come out of the fucking fridge with a pineapple? Just there, like, he's gone to the fridge, he's took out a fucking pineapple, he's got some leftovers. But yeah, my neighbours moved out and they've both been in the houses for like 40 years, and one day, like within a month, they both got up and went. And my new neighbour, I've had a few run-ins with him, because he just, at first he just didn't give a fuck basically, like the Clopex who just come around and drill fucking holes right from your bedroom window, wall, brain stuff. I thought, honestly, what the god, I've been around a few times. He's go, oh yeah, I'll try and keep it down. I said, you're putting a sledgehammer through the wall. You know, first impressions counts. And then my neighbour's down, the one I'm pointing, my neighbour down, funny enough, is from California. And I looked out my window one night and there must have been about 40 people in my garden. And I'm fortunate enough to have a massive garden. Very long, but I've got a joint path. And they had this fire and I was just like, well, that's interesting. And I went up to see what's going on. There's a rave going on in my garden. That's good, brilliant. So plans are to put a fence up eventually. But even out there, the quick look there at the bite of the food, he's still eating food. Wow, look at that, pushing that in. Imagine take after take of that. Look at that pineapple. It's what I love about doing podcasts. Oh wow, she looks absolutely beautiful there. Definitely a trophy wife. Home Crate Landscaping. Call Mark Goodwin from Stump, he'll do your gardening. I love that house, man. But see that the hill there, that'll be the same hill rises like Creature from the Black Lagoon. Because from when I remember, you come around and this street's right next to Whoville, you know. The kid's a meatball. That's sick. Kid Next Door's a meatball. Corey Feldman would later on go and star in Meatballs 4, which came out over here on VHS as Summer Vacation. That kid's a meatball. So even there, we got in the frame, Carrie Fisher is in the background. You know, I just fill in the frame. If you want to see my toolkit. So I don't think much of the work print is different yet. You wouldn't, if you had a toolkit like that, you wouldn't put it in the smallest code. But yeah, you would be staring at that. Oh, this stuff is well heavy, guys. So we get the first look at Klopek. Now, Courtney Gaines, who makes his appearance here, most famously for being in Children of the Corn. See, even there in the background, Corey Feldman and Tom Hanks' son are just standing well out of focus in the background, but it sets up this whole throwback to the Biscotti Westerns coming up. But yeah, Corey Gaines recently popped up with Corey Feldman in a new film called Corbin Nash. He's probably creepy, isn't he? Excuse me. That end house in the background to the left. There's the old throwback. That old house in the background almost looks like the Psycho house, because the Psycho house will be just behind there on the back lot. But yeah. Oh, I'm moving stuff from my feet. Off balance. It's never established who's in that house. House just on the left there across. But yeah. It's like the naps, so I mean they hadn't moved in that long. The naps just knackered a bit. Even the tree. But I think the house was built on it. It's part of the writer's strike as well. There's a lot going on at the time in Hollywood, and I think it was greenlit before the writer's strike then. One of them came on as executive producer, but that's why the film has a lot of improv going on, because obviously there was no one there to write, because of the writer's strike going on there. So as the Klopek goes back in the house, what was the name of the film that was directed, starring himself and Corey Haim? That's a Corey Feldman question, that will be busted. Corey Feldman questions. Just picked up Killian's book there, as the two guys fight over. Which film did Tom Hanks win his first Oscar for Best Actor? Big, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, or Saving Private Ryan? I want to say Forrest Gump, but it could be Philadelphia because he was outstanding in both of them. Corey Feldman, yes. Yeah, it's been in a few things, especially my music video for Get Hot Then We'll Talk. And Gally's like, what do you want us to do? I was like, do a Corey Feldman, yes. But there we go. As they're walking up to the door together, Tom Hanks questions. There we go, that's the shots. According to Joe Dante, which famous pop star visited the Corey Feldman on the set of The Burbs? I've already talked about. That's Michael Jackson and Bubbles Killian. Who was holding the brownies when Ray, Carol, Bonnie and Mark visit the Klopek's house? That will be Mark. There go the goddamn brownies. Which classic 80s action movie star Rick Duke made an appearance in before The Burbs? Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, Top Gun, and Die Hard? Ooh, that's a fucking hard one. So yeah. Oh, where does Art and Ray and Carol that they should go for beer? It's the bowling alley. Or no, it's the Bowlerama. 666. That's put Killian's book back now. Here comes the bees. Some bees right up in the face. It's like, run the water, man. I love this bit. It's one of the best parts in the film. That is fucking a class stunt. Rumsfield. See now, I mean, even in the background there, Walter was going back in his house. Look at the kid looking disappointed. I want to apologise right now for this. But yeah, it's me, Stein. Feldman was a great child actor, but I think you need to control him a bit more. That weird jumping stuff. He's like the hipster, like 80s thing. But again, it was that pop. He got Ian Corey Feldman, which was, and it comes to being about. Impressive, all CGI now. I can't even hold this time. We get a reverse shot of the window, don't we? sure there's an alternative bit there as well. See, that does look a bit green, that bit. There's an alternative bit as well when the curtain breaks. But right, there's a scene cut now on the work print, and it's a scene where Tom Hanks is mashing a burger, trying to make a burger with a barbecue, and basically established this as a dream sequence later on with a barbecue. And you know, he's even scratching at the his bee stings as well. So that's why there's a bit of a jump there, because it is a scene missing. Sort of winding down the afternoon. I would love to have a porch like that. Fucking the point. I was driving home tonight. It was minus 1.5. Right near me, driving home. Some guy overtook us as a bus was pulling out of a junction on the wrong side of the road. He was coming up behind us with one headlight on in a 30 zone, and I was just like, you know, that's how accidents happen, you idiot. This bit's got to be improv, because everyone's just like, what the fuck did you just say, Corey? Sentinels gets a lot of rants on the internet about that, because the Sentinel's such a random film to throw in, which came from the script, and people either get it, you don't get it, kind of thing. Because you can reference a lot of films, but when you reference something obscure, 5 people may laugh in the audience, kind of thing. The guy doing the commentary goes into that a lot, and that was at Club X Road. But yeah, it's a case of like stuff like that. It works because everything now is going to be commercial, test audiences and stuff like that. It's like films like this become a cult classic because I believe what this is, because it's all on a set. Everyone's had a really good time filming. There's no travel. It's all on location. It's all in a studio set. It's all working time. You got the catering. You know what I mean? For most of these actors who probably lived in Hollywood at the time, you might not be needed that day, so you just stay at home. It's, you know what I mean? You have to stay in a hotel and waste the time. When I was in Bulgaria working on films, there'd be people there waiting to know if they were filming one day, and then some of the scenes were filmed in Rusa, and we were based in Sofia, and Rusa was a 4.5 hour drive, and like the whole, everyone got relocated for 5 days, and you're in this different town, you don't know what's going on, and it's stressful, you know, like you live in your trailers and stuff like that. But for this, it's all on the set, it's all in the studio, you know what I mean? And I'm sure, well, no, it's like, I'm sure, like, this is how a lot of films be going on there, you know, people wander into different productions, and you think, look, hell, he's not in that film for very long, and it might be because he was working on a different film, met somebody in the car park, had a chat with him, ended up in there, next thing you know, he's in 2 different films the same day, and it's weird. That stuff like that happens. Backstory, a bit like Stand By Me, another film Feldman was still riding off the back of, and probably one of his best performances is Teddy. When Will Wheaton gives a speech about the pie eating contest, but again, they could have went there, they could have told a story, but they don't. They leave it to these guys to deliver the performance. Even funnier for when they come back in the dream, that it is Rick Duckerman as Skip. But yeah, Arrow's done a fantastic job. A little bit of gripe about Arrow though. The Burbs basically was out on Blu-ray and still is available through Universal. So Universal the thing is another one. So it's still available where you only get the trailer. Can't say theoretical. That's the word. Theoretical. And Arrow brought it out, and they changed the cover. And it's got this very dark, muddy looking colour, and it's the guys looking up at the claw pecs. It's very, very. It's like the Big Trouble in Little China one. It's like, it's very overkill. And the steelbook was lush. Tom Hanks on the back, you know, the Colpex car, the very dark colours. And on the flip side is the classic cover, and Arrow have reversed the cover, so it's Tom Hanks's back on it, you know. But again, they did Heathers recently, and they didn't do a steelbook kind of thing. So here's your Frankie's Terry Remote, Jeopardy. So there's an ashtray on there, but he's just been over to smoke a cigar. Miss Feldman brings his girlfriend. I don't know what Feldman's jacket is about there. Cyber Drone has just messaged me on YouTube there. I'll get back to you in a minute. Yeah, Feldman bringing everyone around. These gentlemen. He's probably like Fast Times of Rosemont High must have been Richmond High. Oh yeah, definitely would have been after this. Before this, sorry. Phoebe Cates. I've seen that recently. Sean Penn, I think that's where Feldman's character really borrows a lot from, that surfer stoner kind of Californian. I remember watching that recently, and Nicholas Cage is in it. And Phoebe Cates just walks and takes her top off, and you're like, wow. It's just like, no wonder Phoenix TX wrote a song about her. Even though I didn't get on very well with lead singer Phoenix TX. You know. So you get the car in the background and there. It's never established what anyone does as well. I mean, Rumsfeld's definitely a retired war veteran of some nut with a trophy wife. He must have some money somewhere. It doesn't say what Ray or anyone does. Walter's obviously retired. Red Eye Scope. See, I'll let them have that, right? They've got the scope, they went red, they've got the fucking crossfader there, cross-eye. I hate it when they do binoculars. They do the figure of 8 on its side and just overlay that, but don't do any kind of focus or distortion or zoom right in. It's just the shot they're looking at and this weird overlay. It's a big ass red fucking lens, aren't they? Subtle little touches as the humming commences. I highly recommend anyone get that Burbs soundtrack. I really enjoyed it. I'm loving getting these soundtracks with expanded scores and stuff. As the generator kicks up. Deafening sound. It's never really established what they're doing. Burning bodies, eating them, cannibalisation. There's one thing in the work print, if you watch it, Henry Gibson, Dr. Klopek, gives a speech which I think was cut because it really grounds him as a person. And even Courtney Gaines saying this never happened in like LA kind of thing, and you think, hang on a minute, like they've really, like it's almost like they're victims for painting the house the wrong colour or whatever, and it's a really powerful speech and definitely cut because you really feel like Tom Hanks come off as the bad person after it. Just rolling down there. The car on. They have trash cans in Almond. Talking about my neighbours, right? I live in my back street, 7 houses one side and 7 houses the other, a dead end street. Old guy at the top of the street kicks off if anyone parks on the right, and he's going to take someone's wing mirror off very soon. But everyone leaves the fucking bins out for days. I've got 2 neighbours who swap their bins over every Wednesday when the bins get changed, and you think, how are you, man? We've got one guy who's got a bed in his yard that's been there for over 2 years. I'm like, my god. And then I do have a house out the back of mine called the Klopex. It looks like the Klopex house until about 6 months ago. I've probably mentioned this a couple of times. I've done numberless of videos about the Burbs. And I think they got some government grant and all that, and one day they just had brand new double glazed windows. I was just like, you're kidding me. But yeah, I've got one neighbour as well who leaves notes on people's cars saying this is needed for a car parking space, and I was like, you don't even have a car. And she said, well, it needed for medical access. I was like, no, the front of the house has an entire walkway. Sorry, I'm just ranting. It is getting quite weird, but hey ho. Courtney Gaines has just took a shovel to his trash can. Brilliant effects. Rick Dukeman, man. Rain off. I love it there as well, like, if we look at Rumsfeld's head there, Bruce Dern, there's a bin line on top of a bin. Just, you know, establishing why, like, you just put it on top. Why do you need to bash it into the bin? They are getting absolutely pissed on their mind. Scope me. Yo, Rumsfeld! It's quite good. I can read Killian's books. I've got the UV light on as well, so his pages glow really well. One of the characters in the movie wears a Skull Skates t-shirt, but which actor starred in Skull Skates company in real life? Bruce Dern, Corey Feldman, Rick Dukeman and Tom Hanks. Skull Skates. Don't know that one, Killian. Before Ricky announces he's called a pizza dude, his friends say they're going to which fast food establishment? McDonald's. He said, do you want a quarter pounder or something? When Mark sees the Klopex car arriving with the police, what does he tell Ray and Art on the radio? Klopex with the cops, Klopex with the coppers, Klopex with the police, Klopex for backup. I don't know. Because you've got the... I'm sure there's a bit where the blind falls down. No, totally different shot, because I was reading Killian's book. What does Bonnie mistake Walter's toupee in the kitchen in Walter's house for? A dead cat, a dead mouse, a dead rat, a dead squirrel. There we go. Klopex digging in the back garden and Tom Hanks witnessing it. There we go. Druids. That's great. That there shows the Klopex are up to something. He's paranoid, and it's a total homage to Ray Rindo right there. So yeah, that's the key scene. Because if you didn't have that scene, you wouldn't you would think that what was going on, it was just them being paranoid. And then we got the two, that Dick Miller guy and the other guy who has sex with the girl Gremlins. Emptying the trash cans. Fucking hell, my bin man wouldn't do that now. You've got the rollers and all that, and you've got recycling, the brown bin and everything. Christ. This scene is extended as well in the work print. Yeah, this scene is extended. I think there's just a couple of more dialogue, and as you say, I don't think he's as quick to help him empty the bin. No, Carol. Vacation at home. I always thought a vacation at home would be good till you realise you've got vacation and you can't really go anywhere, and you have a vacation at home and it just doesn't help. Get a tan. Here comes the boy in. This is why you need the kid in the thing, though. I mean, fair play to Rick Dickelman there as well. That doesn't look a clean garbage truck. He's in his boxer shorts. Obviously, Mr. Futterman. Trying to think one of the last Joe Dante movies I actually got and watched. Might be Burn the X, which I really enjoyed. I'm sure he's definitely in all of them. Even Hall, Bruce Dern's in that as well. Reunite with Joe Dante, with the guy with all the light bulbs hanging. I love how he came with a half-shaved face. And there's Queenie. My mum's got a dog like that. Bloody fluff magnet. Three of them digging. See, Feldman's wearing the same clothes as he wore the day before. And if you watch him back there, he's almost just like, he almost looks bored. He's got that whole surface stolen thing going on. Yeah, hateful sex. But yeah, I think they should have really redressed them. And these are different on the work print as well. On the work print they go up the ladders and Feldman sort of delivers the line from the break-in and then he breaks in on the window. So this is another change they made, which I think is far better. It's just the look on his face. Soldier's way. Which I think is far better for the character, unlike the work print when he just smashes his way in. And signs of a struggle as well. TV's still on. And Manuel's back. Hang on. Come on. Come on. Right, you can't stay long, mind. The entire engine seat is there. And you jump on top of me. Come on. It's the most uncomfortable seat I've got to sit on anyway. Oh, you didn't even last 2 seconds, did you? So anyway, one of the scenes coming up here I think is rather cringeworthy is if you see Feldman, Milo, get off the tripod, smash open his door to smash the plate. It's a great reaction, that. It's a rat. That's the answer to Killian's book. It's a rat. Walter's toupee. In the start, Ari tells Ricky and Ray, what does he say Skip killed his family with? A chainsaw, an axe, an ice pick, or an axe ice? It's an ice pick, isn't it? Hey. What was one of the original working titles for the Burbs? There we go, as the scene when Feldman breaks the door. Stories from the Burbs, Life in the Burbs, Suburban Psycho, Bad Burbs. I'm sure it was a real perception of someone's killing. What movie does Ricky say he was watching? What movie does Ricky ask Ray if he has seen? The Sentinel? Hey, The Exorcist, The Wicker Man, or The Entry? The Sentinel. See, it's even a pop question in there. Walter, I have your dog. What was the name of the town in which the film is set? Kingston Falls, Hilly Valley, Herky Hills. I'm not sure, but it's definitely not Kingston Falls, so that's Gremlin Town. Hey, Milo, that's an adapter. What is the name of Peterson's dog? Vinny, Viz, Vade, or Vince? It's Vince. Hi, little Vince. Hide the Viz. Milo. Just got a message off Matt Davies on WhatsApp. So they're in the den. Or is this the basement? Milo! The fear. You've come in. Everything's off downstairs. It's pitch black and it's freezing. So downstairs in the basement. A lot of Christmas decorations go in the background as we get the pagan story. And obviously this feeds Ray's imagination. It almost looks like there's a Star Wars lunchbox in the background there. I don't know if that's right or not. It was on the right there. There's Santa Claus up there as well. Hey man, what's up? Well, come up then. There's a Lego set behind him on the floor. Ray, you chanting, I want to kill everyone. Ray, you chanting. Come on, Milo, up. Ray, you chanting. I want to kill everyone. Come on. Chanting. Come on. Come on up. Ah, your clothes, you'll go to pets at home. I want to kill everyone. Sitting as a pal. Milo, I told you chanting. There we go. That scene as well definitely definitely puts into his mind the whole barbecue thing there. And according to the commentary I listened to the last couple of nights, the following scene. Oh, is this the following scene? It might be cut because they say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was removed from the film in the UK cut because it was banned. That's another film Arrow's brought out and did a brilliant box set of that. But you can probably see why the fucking thing was banned. It's honestly god, it's a fucking weird film, that one. But yeah, I met the Arrow guys at HorrorCon last year. They were really awesome. But yeah, here's another clicks over the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You got another satanic ritual going there. I think it's really cool as well. Cut away to the dog. There's the Exorcist. Your mother sucks cocks in hell. I watched The Exorcist not long ago. Yeah, I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What networks he got on? Say it's just all these classic horror films on one night. What would you watch? We're talking the 80s, you know what I mean? We look, you got one film back then. Yeah, television's gone off. It's nothing worse than the my new television. I could never sleep like that. My new television switches itself off after another like couple of hours, and I tell you what, it's a blessing in disguise. It's annoying if you're sitting there having a good old film marathon or watching a long film and it comes up, do you want to switch this off, and you've got to find the remote and then you've got to click to the other. You know, it's already yes, I want to shut the telly off. You've got to click left to go no. Because there's nothing worse than waking up to a DVD or a Blu-ray with haunting music which influences your dreams. Milo, come here. Get the old chainsaw through the wall. Which, if the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was cut out of the movie, this bit wouldn't make any sense. This fucking chainsaw comes through the wall, you know what I mean? And it'll jump like, oof. Yeah, play the Tom Hanks like fall there. But yeah, yeah, the DVD menu screens just play over and over and over again, and just horror films and all that spooky stuff going on there, and you wake up and you're like, oh, it's back on its menu screen. The film doesn't replay. Stack. There we go, we're on the barbecue. The work print is extended as well. There's a bit where he's running and he sees himself, and he pushes himself up against the bar, and it cuts a bit better. It's totally lost in the work print to here. Right, and also this scene here, that was a special shot count. Sorry about that. The idea, when you open up the vinyl, that's the shot. So you get all the characters there hanging around. Walter in the trash can. And the Queenie with the axe in the head is actually on the vinyl. And Dick Miller is back again. This is the only bit I think was shot inside a studio, away from the street itself. There's Rick Diggerman. Reminds me of Father from Super Troopers. His brother Theodore in his last film. So there. And obviously we don't get this, but this guy here is a very popular children's entertainer for the time. I want to make a reference now. Let's just say Andy Peters. He could go down a list of entertainers from back in the 80s that were popular in the UK, and you go, right, it's almost like a naughty list. Can you guess what I'm talking about yet? Bum bum ching. But yeah. A telephone man. So here as well, the whole like, oh, he's having a vacation, he's having a bad time, he hasn't slept well, but the loom and doom that he may have to tell his wife he no longer has a job, and we don't know why he doesn't have a job, we don't know what his job is, but that glass of pop lasted a very long time. Especially the rate he's drinking it. And this is a really good scene here as well. This is it's a very well acted scene. It's the whole, I'm not allowed to come out, but look at that man, we're talking about patios before, and he's got like a roof extension. Imagine just going out your bedroom and go, right, yeah, you know, extension. Rick coming acting like a kid, kicking the floor like a kid. I think it's a whole downward looking shot as well. Hands in the pocket. As Vince creeping around. Is it the side door they go to here? I don't know. Well, they go all the way around the side of the house, don't they? Here goes a note. Then ring the doorbell. Just forgot to mention as well, the screen has changed as well. It's got the orange and it's got the blue stripes. The artwork's still there, different picture of me. And the neon lights probably. Try to change it up for the new year. Because it's I've heard a few people do a few commentaries, and the artwork, I've heard a few people get copyright claims of you just putting the artwork there and talk over the top of it. So yeah. We've got to mention that it's the New Year's resolution, change that artwork. Flushed him out. Rick Dukeman was a good actor, like. Dukeman. Crushing the beer cans. Hang on, man. A lot's happened there. From drinking his orange juice to his fourth can. Credit the dog here. Dog's class here. Fix it with dog balls, throws it away. Picks it back up, comes back with a femur. They know that we know. He's got the ball. So we're well halfway into the movie now. The suspicion's there. We still haven't met Dr. Klopek. Dr. Klopek, another great film with Joe Dante, Inner Space. Creepy Meg Ryan on the DVD, the VHS artwork. Some chicken. And obviously one of the trailing, probably the only gift that pops up straight away every type of the Burbs is the whole Walter. This is Walter, the whole zoom in, pan in thing. Which is coming. How does Rick break the silence when everyone is gathered in the Klopek's house? You know the answer to that? This is Walter. Ah! Right. Killian's book comes from a short story as well. I'm trying to. Joe Dante has approved this book as well. There's a picture of Joe Dante with Killian's book on the back. It says proper awesome. Forgot Joe Dante was on the back of the book. I think this is one of my only books. Joe, what isn't signed by Killian? The End of the Night by Killian H. Gore. It's a short story. The road signs outside the two cottages contain two names. So yeah, you buy Killian's books, you always get a short story. Really inspired by books as well. While beer crushing cans. So it takes the women to go, right? Rick Dukeman's pissing himself laughing in the background. I'll make brownies. Rick Dukeman. American flag, great crane shot this. Especially the music. Walking with the brownies like that. It's a club. Actually, the fucking garbage is still all over the floor. Still that house over there. The missing neighbour. Who are they? There go the goddamn brownies. It's Courtney again. These pants. There go the goddamn brownies. Everyone's startled. Hey, Pinocchio! Fucking Tom Hanks just done a great impression of fucking Jack. So, pretty big house, lots of clutter. Hans Gruber. And then Brother Theodore makes his appearance in it. Starting. It came with the frame. It's so quotable. It came with the frame. There's Brother Fido. Great facial expression. Great voice as well. You get every penny for Tom Hanks in this scene. He just doesn't know what to do. Meanwhile, Ray is so someone's wearing t-shirt the same design as the one underneath that red netted vest. See, even there though, continuity, the fucking owl still has no head, which I think you get when you do stuff in continuity, in consecutive order. I love this bit where it pans off here. It's perfect height. You could feel it. It's a joke that happens off camera. A shovel in the back of the head, painful, and they're laughing, and it's done brilliantly. Just for panning the camera around. This fucking Rumsfeld is about to pull the fucking wallpaper off. That was just freaking me out. That someone's sitting staring at you like that. Bottom silence. Sorry, I've just shifted seats. Yep. He just pulled the paper off the wall. Well done. Time check. Just gone 20 past 11. Did she get changed? She obviously did. 28 brownies get changed. His Rumfield inspects the pipework. Oh, the snacks. Here come the snacks. So yeah, I did the Watchers 2 podcast right back end of the year. I did loads. As I speak now, I haven't even released Speed. I released Johnny Mnemonic a few days ago. And I really want to speed them up, no pun intended, so I'm releasing a lot of content recently, and I want to make my podcasts just solely about films. But I don't want to like rant on continuity. Just try to keep them about the films, about what I like about them, inspire them. But then I do ones like this. I might get a copyright strike for this. I never know. But obviously, like revisiting films that people haven't even heard of. You know, there's a few people want to do podcasts with us as well, but I'll keep right. It's just going to be the time. It's getting the time to do them. It's one thing to sit down and go, right, you need to sit there for 2 hours, and you think, I mean, it sounds stupid. But you go to the pictures, right, I've got the pictures. But like, if you're in your house, and like, fucking Jack might be like, oh, you're in, you know, and Jack will be like, I know you're in your cars there, keep knocking on your door. Like, you can't like, or my mum might drop around or something like that. It's a case like, right, you need a planet so you're locked down and stuff like that, and in case you need to go to the toilet, or, I mean, the Watchers 2 podcast, I nearly crap myself. See, no, I'll be alright, I'll be alright, right, stop recording. And then the window cleaner knocked at the door, I was like, for fuck's sake. So, this is quite grainy, where I'm looking at this right now. Brother Theodore has not changed that expression. He says eyeballs. Tom Hanks has just at a real Claudia as well. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I'm sure that was one only take, eating a raw fish. The doctor. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Naps. you imagine that? It was just your neighbours one day up and went, and the whole street didn't know where they went. Where'd they go? No idea. Even there in the ornaments, I mean, look at that lizard thing just creeping over. Got a fucking chimp. Well, it's really grainy. I mean, from afar it looks alright, but because I'm sitting so close to it, there's a lot of grey in there, mind. Different tallies, different settings. Because he comes, the doctor. I remember Henry Gibson. He's a man to make an appearance from him. Being the owner of Biodome. Get them out of there! And build him the whole shadow effect. There he is. Jerry Goldsmith's score is fantastic. Like, we have guests. The doctor. I'm sure he was just totally blocked out like scene before there by Tom Hanks. So we get the little curveball here, the blood. And the music kicks right back in as well. I can't believe how loud this is for one. Brit the other night having tea, she was like, turn it up a bit. I said, it's on 80. I mean, how deaf are you? Sounds like, oh, my phone needs to wait. So we're coming up into, I probably say, the last quarter of the movie. The shadows downstairs, there's somebody in the basement, and this is a great scene. It's a nice painting. At first it takes you a moment to realise, but when you realise what it is, it's quite funny. How many candles? If you have a look there as well, there's a fire extinguisher just off the set. Don't think that's meant to be there. A little bit of a spot. A lot of candles. There you go, there's a fire extinguisher just underneath the painting. See, there's another fire extinguisher in the background. Don't know what the fuck. I love this bit as well. Say the ensemble cast is class, like. Oh yes, it's a shame. Better than have man. What bear's head on the floor? Crocodile coming out. Burton Hughes is a fucking troll with green hair. What's that doing there? I pushed it there. Why is there a troll randomly with green hair? I'm just looking around and seeing these lizards. There's bear head. There's crocodile. There's like a bird there. There's a fire extinguisher there. And then we've got a little troll. Oh, that's so random. One of the Clovex has a troll. He's just got it in for Tom Hanks. Snaps. What have you got in the cellar, Clawback? Oh, that's brilliant. What an awesome melon. Which superhero logo is visible under Ricky Butler's red vest opening scene of the film? Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America. I was going to say Batman, Killian, but I don't think it is, because the t-shirt he's wearing where's the dog? The t-shirt he's wearing when the spade goes over and smacks Rick Art. He's wearing a similar design. So, what colour is the troll's hair? What is the name of the cul-de-sac in which the characters all live in? Mailberry Place? Mason's Place. It's not Mason's Place, but it is Mason's Place. What colour is the troll's hair in the Burbs video? TV show The Munsters was filmed on the same street as Universal Studios as The Burbs. Which character occupies the old Munsters house? Ricky, the Klopeks, the Petersons, or Walter? It's Rick, Corey Feldman. According to the actor Corey Gaines Hans, there was a writer's strike at the time the movie was being shot. Only the other production was shooting the Universal lot. What was it? Twins, Back to the Future Part 2, Parenthood, or Fetch Lives? What attraction on the Universal Studios tour did Joe Dante say they could often hear the background while shooting The Burbs? Psycho, Earthquake, King Kong, or Jaws? It might have been Jaws, you know, because I've seen that in the documentary. How they obviously the rides go 15 minutes or so. Sorry, I need a big ass drink of water. So Rick's and Ray, little banging going on. A fat cat of mine. They're going to the den now. What a fucking random fucking telescope. Big ass computer. Get these balls out. Keep that in. So yeah, setting up the final act. That there's no last straw. They need to know what's going on in the basement. See, that's a deleted. It's not a deleted scene, but some of that could have been. It's a reason why I need to go to the toilet, you know, when he sneeze kind of thing. Could have been spaced out a little bit better. Maybe. But it is a reveal that he's found something. It just seems a bit like from the whole spill in the coffee, he could have done that on purpose, need to go to the toilet because he's found that. But obviously he sneezes beforehand, you know. Got the same colour eyes as Tom Hanks. See, the thing where I think establishes Tom Hanks as a main actor, when I'm watching this, at not one point until right there, I've went, yeah, Tom Hanks, it's Forrest fucking Gump. You just don't do it. The trash cans are still all over the place. The Klopeks and the dog are all going out for a joyride. Bingo cards. And it's on. Reflection with Corey Feldman's glasses as well. Again, brilliant shot. Music's kicking right up there as well. It's awesome. Another car backing out there as well. Stops. And which neighbour's that? It's a random neighbour. And it's on now. Carol's going to the cottage. They're taking Queenie with them. More on it. Oh yeah. And keep the dogs with them, so again, continuity, shot, framing. Nick's dressed so fucking. He went the extra mile there, hasn't he, for a. Full on camel gear as well. There's still quite a length to go. It couldn't be live. Red Rover, Red Rover. There's a great gag coming up here as well when he goes flying off. Where'd you get all this equipment from, man? He's got the whole tool kit, the pliers and everything, man. Like, what do these guys do? What's their job? Probably do that on your phone now. Is that really Rick Duckerman going up there? Because it totally looks like him. Yeah, there's Rick Duckerman. I wouldn't be doing any kind of shit like that. Straight for the shed. It's the shot here coming up what's brilliant. And it's just so subtly done. Like, yeah, he's crashed in. A bit of a shock and all that kind of stuff. You feel the teeth and all that. Have I thinking of totally different skit? I'm sure you've seen the outline. Could have been the work print. There's an outline of him. The old skit. I'm totally wrong. As I say, watching the work print, watching the film, a couple of nights falling asleep. Oh, see, congratulations, well done. Binoculars shot without the figure eight. There it is, that's the shot I'm on about. It's just fucking brilliant. It's just so brilliantly done. You know, the shot through the outline of going through. Imagine that now though. Police, yeah. The guy on the roof of it going, wow, that would just cause a shitstorm, wouldn't it? You just couldn't do shit like that now. Welcome to Suburbia. There's a film, remember a film called Suburbia with Giovanni Ribisi and Steve Zahn in? Had it on VHS, don't know what happened. Ray go over. See, we've cut the alarms to get over the fence and all that. Could they not just like I suppose they're doing the whole Kevin Bacon stir of echoes, digging away. Wow, it's the end of my stein. Excuse me. Fragile box. Thing is, big gone. It's dry. You could probably look where the dug. Sort of things there, duct taped up with a dog jump through. Love that little camera work going. Great camera work and time in there. All his credit cards are fried. Even there, his fingernails are blocked. I'm sure he's got multiple home company. He's fine. This guy's like binoculars, man. Never seen that other actor that's hanging with filming and anything else, but there we go. Very grainy in the Klopex house. A lot of green lights going on. A rat in the foreground. Small people up here. His hair's amazing. Hey man, piss off. Get this lame. I love it how he's sitting up there with little kids pack lunch now. Animal crackers. You can see LA backdrop in the background as well. Championship battles. The altar. We are running into the last bit of this movie now. They are in the basement, which leads to the digging and finding the gas pipe. 5,000 degrees for now. They got this whole place wired with batteries. Look, we got power here. Green glowing lights. Not much of a technical expert with machinery and stuff, but batteries in a furnace and I know, what is it? Tell us. Again though, filming there, just turning full 180. Just overacting. This bit's meant though. Yo, Rosefield. The hell of a stunt. Yo, Rosefield. The size of that wrench behind them, fucking hell. session. There goes the neighbourhood. The time's passing quite quickly. Hey Ricky, shut up. I'm gonna go to Mickey D's. Pizza dude. Honestly, right, that comment, they'll go the pizza dude, pizza dude. It's like, it's probably why it was cast as Donatello. Pizza dude. The Klopeks have returned. The lights are on, but no one's home. And no one sees them. They get quite close. Especially with the car. The way it sounds. The big hole of Doug. That's it, we found water. A lot happens in the next 5 minutes from this discovery of the gas pipe. Now what does he say? Copper backup? It's the return of Walter, I know that much. Just driving through it. Do 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 do. Oh shit. Zimmer frame out from. Rick's out, very casually walking out of the house. He's not running out saying that, he just casually walks out the house. And Walter's back. Sign of dread. Sludge over the top of it. Here comes the Klopeks are back. Is it with coppers or with coppers? Klopeks with coppers. Fucking farming here, full onto it. Fucking trying to get out of that. Right, there's a hell of an explosion and followed by an amazing stunt. Now I'm sure the guy in the company was saying they warned everyone that they'll be blowing this up in real explosion. Just all be done by CGI now, but well done home, Walter. Comes the fucking spike for the foot. Another practical stunt as well. Feldman's best reaction though. And this scene coming up here is class. The house is about to collapse behind Tom Hanks when he emerges. And you see him walking out here and has that old school proper old school westerns theme going on there. The thing you need to watch here, I'm smoking, it's the way he falls down the steps, like he slips and he be able to keep balance. It's just absolutely fantastic. Watch. He just slides down the stairs and keeps on walking. No, fine well, he just nearly slit his neck, and then the whole thing crumbles behind him. This will all be done now, green screen. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, one shot deal. I was settled. And she's back with the dogs. She's looking pissed. It's a small cast, all of a sudden huge. Again, that works for extras, right? Extras helps with catering and all that kind of stuff. And we fire people on the house and all sorts. Pull them away the background. So there's loads of different alternative endings. As I say, I've talked a few times before. The speech he gives is the take where they discover him being on the back of the ambulance and they open the doors and they find him about to stick him with an injection. Comment that dig further enough they would have found him. Ray's lost his job kind of thing. So dual shock 4, battery level low. Gosh, good timing, eh? It was someone's house. You even got like almost like a helicopter light coming down, which is pretty cool. Rick's Art's wife comes home as well, and the work print. He talks a long time about like, do you want to go for Bolorama? Do you want to go out, kind of thing. I mean, they have just terrorized him. I love it how he just talks to his wife. Her hair looks nice. And obviously he has an almost near fight with Art here. Gone too far. When one man is pushed too far is another tagline for the poster. See, it would have been a total twist on it if they had been killing people and they were just alienated because of the way they looked and the house looked. It would have been quite. And Ray had lost his job. There's a lot of dark content, and obviously it's been flipped around because, you know, as well. Another version of the script was the Klopex kill Ray. His last scene with the Klopex in the ambulance, you know. So there's a lot of like grounded backbone. It's just been flipped into the comedy established for the time, but then because the writer's strike as well, it's on the improv, and I think that's why you follow them more. They've got more believability because there's more screen time with them. Not the fact that he's lost his job and they've just basically been obsessed with this new random neighbours. Obviously Tom Hanks improvs here as well. This is all improv with Tom Hanks. He puts the Guernsey in the ambulance himself. Puts it in himself. Good effort.
Honey, I'll just find out what hospital they're taking me to and then I'll follow right along. Okay?
It's fantastic. Bravafero. The pizza dude is coming. Henry Gibson. Got that proper sinister look, hasn't he? When I get out of prison. Well, I've enjoyed doing this podcast. It has been a while since I've done one. It's great to do the Burbs. I probably will be doing a review Rant Random as a separate thing while it's fresh. If you're following us, thanks very much. Hope you like the commentaries. The review Rant Randoms. Yeah, I probably have to do one with Burbs. We'll do some more quizzing. Yeah. When Mark sees the Klopek's car arriving with the police, what does he say? I've already read that question out. Any more? Yeah, Killian's book's awesome, like. Puts on the rubber gloves. The confession there, that there is something in the furnace. The naps. Confession that the naps are gone. I often do buy the house. Got the syringe out. And Pinocchio. Hey Pinocchio is coming up as well. But originally in the script they just drove off him. Hans? He's proper dressed like Pinocchio as well. And here he is. That is the tune there. Same music used there as for Gremlins 2 when Bat Gremlin goes up the tower. Yeah. Joe Dante film, Jerry Goldsmith film, so yeah. You know, it just adds the case. So here comes the pizza dude as well. The crash is set up with the pizza dude. All that pizza come out. Corey Feldman's voice put in the back. Pizza dude! Straight through Ray's house. Art's house, sorry. Guernsey comes out. And then the crash sets up the realisation that they've been bone smuggling. Bravafero still sitting in the car there as well. Citizen's arrest. Found. And there's all the skull and bones. Clappick? Dr. Clappick? Hey, Pinocchio!
Hey! Pinocchio! Where are you going?
And definitely a stunt guy, that one. I can just...
Make a move, Sonny. It's 18 months in the bush and I can smell your neck and a heartbeat. I think the message to
And Art gives the message out there. So, riding down there. That's got to answer the movie. I'm not going to go through the end credits. Wind down. This is where he confesses that he doesn't have a job anymore. It's obviously been revamped and rescheduled. It's a random guy to be out on a bike. I would definitely question what he's up to. Excuse me. There's another random guy on a bike. Looks like a mime without face paint. It's one of them Joe Dante. How tall is that guy just randomly walking past? Jesus, did you see how big that guy was? Oh, your wife's in. My wife?
And your house is on fire! My wife is home! Peterson! It's starting to get good. It's going away for a while, Reggie. We should keep an eye on the neighborhood.
Can't imagine it now. The Burbs too, Corey Feldman. Probably would get, you would definitely wouldn't get Tom Hanks back. And he gets the send off credit as well. Breaks the fourth wall as well.
God, I love this street.
Yep. Fucking fire truck's a bit late. That's the second fire truck. And there we go, pans out. My great shot at the start as well. Right out in reverse. Well, we'll be just reverse shot, not universal. And like Predator, it's got the whole. I love what they do this, you know. Tom Hanks, Bruce Dern, Carrie Fisher, Rick Dukeman, Corey Feldman, Wendy Skirhall, Henry Gibson, Profafero, Courtney Gaines, hey Pinocchio again, and that's it. Alright, so I've been Steve Mason. This has been the podcast for the Burbs.